Formula. Everyone knows the chemical formula for water. H2O. The company, Bayer, refused to make the formula of their most popular cough medicine public.
Fortune. The gypsy told me my fortune by reading my palm. Sid received a large fortune when his father died. Make a fortune. Mr. Chen made a fortune by selling plastic toys.
Found. Harvard University was founded in 1636. Foundation. A good education lays the foundation for a person's future success. The Carnegie Foundation provides money for public libraries, as well as community arts programs. The foundation of a new sports complex in my hometown was greeted with enthusiasm.
Fund. The volunteers are raising funds for a new hospital. My uncle is funding my graduate degree. Without him, I couldn't afford to study.
Funeral. Few people attended the old man's funeral. He just wasn't very popular when he was alive.
Gamble. Charles likes to gamble, but he always seems to lose money. I don't like to take gambles because you can never be sure how things will turn out.
Graduate. Sharon will graduate from university this June. She is not sure what she'll do afterward. Graduate. Most of last year's graduates have already found work in their fields. Graduation. Monica invited all of her friends and family to attend her graduation ceremony.
Grammar. Students in Miss Sue's English class spend too much time learning grammar and not enough on conversation practice. Grammatical. The essay was full of grammatical errors like he, are. It was hard to read.
Guarantee. Liam's new computer came with a 1-year guarantee. I cannot guarantee that this plan will pay off.
Guilt. The police knew there was no way to prove Oliver's guilt this time. Chris's guilt over cheating on his exam prevented him from sleeping at night.
Handwriting. It's easy to read the message Lisa wrote because her handwriting is very neat.
Headline. Michael Jackson's death was in the headlines in 2009. Grab the headlines. Hit the headlines. Make the headlines. J.K. Rowling made the headlines when she became richer than the Queen of England.
Heaven. I don't think the killer will go to heaven when he dies. Millions of stars were shining in the heavens. In seventh heaven. Jennifer was in seventh heaven when she found out she was pregnant. For heaven's sake. For heaven's sake, give me a break. It's only a little problem. Made in heaven. My parents were a match made in heaven. Even after 30 years of marriage, they are still deeply in love with each other.
Hell. After Satan rebelled against God, he was thrown down to the burning pits of hell. What the hell? What the hell do you want? I told you to leave me alone. Like hell. I've been working like hell all month. I'm exhausted.
Hike. It took the Boy Scouts 7 hours to hike the forest trail. We are going on a 5-mile hike to the lake. Do you want to join us?
Historic. This church was the site of many historic events, including the wedding between the prince and princess 500 years ago. Historical. Historical records suggest that Chinese culture had a great influence on that of Japan.
Holy. It is said that holy water can protect people from evil.
Honeymoon. The newlyweds spent their honeymoon in Italy.
Honor. Neil Armstrong has the honor of being the first man on the moon. My daughter admires the scientist so much. It was a real honor when she met him last year. Will you honor me with a dance? In honor of somebody or something. A small service was held in honor of the workers who died building the bridge.
Humanity. The soldier didn't treat the prisoners with humanity. He tortured them for fun. Humanity has made enormous progress in space exploration and medicine in recent decades.
Idiom. An idiom like back to square one makes little sense to a non-native speaker.
Idol. Audrey Hepburn is my screen idol. I've seen all of her movies.
Import. Taiwan imports its oil from other countries, which is one reason why gas is so expensive. Import. All of these cars are foreign imports. Their parts often cost much more than those of locally made ones.
Inflation. Everything is so much more expensive than a few years ago. Inflation is out of control. Always check your tire inflation before heading out for a long trip.
Information. We have received information that school will begin a day earlier this year.
Instruct. My father instructed me to wait here when he went out to buy some groceries. Professor Wong instructs our class in modern English literature. Instruction. The instructions the science teacher gave were quite confusing, and nobody knew how to do the experiment properly.
Insurance. How much life insurance should I get now that I am married and have kids?
Interpret. Trevor consulted a specialist to interpret his dream. Thomas was hired to interpret a speech given by a French diplomat.
Intonation. In English, most questions are spoken with a rising intonation.
Invest. Tom invested and lost all his money in internet stocks after the market crashed.
Investigation. The man is under investigation for murder.
Journal. I buy a home decorating journal every month to keep me up to date on the latest trends in the field.
Justice. Is it really justice to execute someone for killing another? To do somebody justice. To do justice to somebody. To do her justice, she is smart as well as beautiful.
Learning. Many adults believe in the benefits of lifelong learning.
Lecture. Professor Parker gave a lecture on Greek music to an eager audience of students. My father gave me a stern lecture after I cheated on the test. Every time Arthur lectured on English literature, a big audience would gather to listen. Please stop lecturing me. I know what is right and what is wrong.
Legend. The movie Mulan is based on an old Chinese legend. Einstein was a legend in his own lifetime.
Leisure. The busy lawyer would like the leisure to play golf with his friends. At leisure. Scott spent all day at leisure in the mall today. At one's leisure. Take the book home and read it at your leisure.
License. A bar must apply for a license to sell alcoholic drinks. The government decided to license the lottery as a way of generating tax dollars.